exciting factor. Yes, we have a feature on a unique coconut festival that happens twice a year in Kano. It brings people and communities together for fun and entertainment, and also shared values. Then find out how one brand has rewarded young dancers from all zones in Nigeria, and how another is affecting the lives of those who go the extra mile to stand for our nation. Plus, love stories and wedding bells. We'll first take the news segment, and we'll start with the story from on the APC delegates. And you remember at the beginning of the program, I told you that today's episode will be different. We're having technical issues, so we'll take the news segment from Lagos. Now, major contenders of the presidential ticket of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Rotimi Amechi, has asked party delegates from Kaduna State to support his aspiration of becoming the party's candidate in the next presidential election. He told delegates that given the golden opportunity, the country will witness economic rejuvenation and free the nation from all forms of insecurity. Umar Ajenge reports that the presidential aspirant assured them of the federal government's resolve to secure the release of abducted passengers of Abuja Kaduna train attack.
Delegates of the ruling All Progressive Congress in Kaduna State have been playing host to party's presidential aspirants who canvass for their votes during the party's primary election. Rotimi Amechi is one of the frontline contenders of the APC presidential ticket. His visit to Kaduna is part of the ongoing consultations with party delegates to seek for their support and understanding.
I'm very proud to serve in President Buhari's government. I will continue and expand the program, the agricultural program of President Buhari. What I will do is to ensure that we grow what we eat and we grow what we export.
Rotimi Amechi said his aspiration is born out of his burning desire to serve the country. Governor Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai of Kaduna State described the aspiration of Rotimi Amechi as timely.
But let us bring out the virtues and the good character of everyone. It's up to you as delegates to make the best choice for Nigeria.
Other speakers call on the delegates from Kaduna to trust Rotimi Amechi with their votes, as he will never disappoint them. In Kaduna, Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
Now, Nigerian Army says the number of surrendered Boko Haram fighters and their families is now over 51,000 and still counting, all held in 3 different camps within Borno State, which suffered the most from devastation caused by the protracted conflict. Commander 7th Division, Garrison Maiduguri, Brigadier General Abubakar Haruna, gave the update during an interaction with participants of Senior Course 44, National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru, led by the Director General Professor Ayo Omotayo, as part of their study tour of Borno State. Mohammed Ibrahim reports.
The focus of the Senior Executive Course 44, as directed by the Presidency, is enhanced ways of strengthening local governance in Nigeria, which can only be achieved where security is guaranteed. The Army says sustained counterinsurgency operations by the country's military and paramilitary forces, supported by local vigilantes, led to not only the degrading of Boko Haram insurgents, but unprecedented massive surrender of fighters, while remnants engage in attacks on soft targets.
Recently, the Cameroon Defense Forces and troops of Sector 1 conducted operations to clear the Sambisa Forest and the Mandara Mountain axis in a combined effort to secure our border areas with the Republic of Cameroon.
The Institute acknowledged improvement of security with resettlement of hitherto displaced communities in Borno State and assured to recommend policies to facilitate disarmament, de-radicalization and reintegration of the former fighters and further restoration of civil authority at the grassroots.
It will go a long way in helping Borno to further realize its own potentials and be able to set developmental agenda that will take it even beyond this particular period.
The delegation also embarked on an on-the-spot assessment to Magumeri local government area, where the council chairman, Dr. Ali Yaomi, highlighted achievements recorded through collaboration with federal and state governments, as well as NGOs in provision of basic amenities to returning communities, and called for intervention and more funding. Other inputs for the policy researchers came from Borno Emirate Council, the organized labor and civil societies. In Maiduguri, Muhammad Ibrahim, NTA News.
Now, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, has again reiterated the Army's resolve to improve personnel's capacity and combat readiness, especially in this period of heightened insecurity. Lindeneke reports that the Army Chief made the remark at the 2022 RSM's convention in Lagos.
The Nigerian Army has continued to record successes in its various engagements across the country. This feat is largely sustained by training and retraining of personnel to ensure more victories. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, urged participants to make optimal use of the opportunity to improve their professional knowledge in evolving security environment while maintaining sanity in the barracks.
Training is key element in everything we do. Now more so in the military profession, particularly for the army. That's why I'll attach a lot of importance to it. One of the four cardinal principles of my command philosophy is training, because there is no alternative to training. We continue to train and improve on what we do.
This regimented Sergeant Major's convention is targeted at this as well. It is aimed at enhancing their capacity in line with global best practices.
Now the overall essence is to improve our competencies, see areas, see gaps, and now come up with modalities of how to address them. And that's what we are doing, and that is accounting for some of the success we are having in areas of our operations.
Regimented Sergeant Major's conference drew participants from the western zone of the military formations. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
Time to take a break. We'll be right back.
It's simple, sir. Just call 109 or dial star 109 hash or just text Echo 109.
What about those of us who do not have NIN?
You can walk into any grown world and register.
Please, how do I partake of this 20,000?
If you are a new or old Glow customer, get your bonus while it lasts.
I have received my 20,000 naira bonus.
Staying healthy is about how you live, when and what you eat, and the things you do with your body. I ensure my family live healthy, eat healthy, and engage in healthy activities. There's this fantastic product that also helps me and my family stay healthy and purified. Yo-Yo Bitters. For over 2 decades, Yo-Yo Bitters has provided families with the right blend of herbal ingredients.
Wash your hands regularly or sanitize your hands. Keep social and physical distancing. Avoid crowded places. Stay at home unless absolutely necessary. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth if your hands are not clean. Avoid the spread of coronavirus. Coronavirus is real.
These days, people get their news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous. Whether you do it for fun or for political gains, real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
Coronavirus is real. Steps to avoid this pandemic. Wash your hands regularly or sanitize your hands. Keep social and physical distancing. Avoid crowded places. Stay at home unless absolutely necessary. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth if your hands are not clean. Avoid the spread of coronavirus. Coronavirus is real.
Welcome back. Now we'll take an APC event in Kaduna.
Delegates of the ruling All Progressive Congress in Kaduna State have been playing host to party's presidential aspirants who canvassed for their votes during the party's primary election. Rotimi Amechi is one of the frontline contenders of the APC presidential ticket. His visit to Kaduna is part of the ongoing consultations with party delegates to seek for their support and understanding.
I'm very proud to serve in President Buhari's government. I will continue and expand the program, the agricultural program of President Buhari. What I will do is to ensure that we grow what we eat and we grow what we export.
Rotimi Amechi said his aspiration is born out of his burning desire to serve the country. Governor Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai of Kaduna State described the aspiration of Rotimi Amechi as timely.
But let us bring out the virtues and the good character of everyone. It is up to you as delegates to make the best choice for Nigeria.
Other speakers call on the delegates from Kaduna to trust Rotimi Amechi with their votes, as he will never disappoint them. In Kaduna, Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
Now to road safety. Beyond the realization of its core mandate of promoting safe motoring on the nation highways, the Federal Road Safety Corps is on a quest to renew its legacy as a professional, disciplined, and non-gratification-seeking paramilitary organization. At a one-day quarterly zonal retreat in Lagos, attitudinal change, enforcement of regulations, and establishment of enduring stakeholders interactive platforms were parts of recommendations made. Adeni Taiwo reports.
With one of the busiest corridors in the country as it beats, the Lagos-Ogun State Zonal Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps has its job well cut out and always on the radar of the motoring public who respect the agency to deliver on its mandate on and off season. The zone is therefore a suitable staging area for needed reforms in the commission as it seeks to fortify its glory. In a lecture on the theme towards improving productivity and customer satisfaction, Lagos State Director of National Orientation Agency Waheed Ishola harped on the need for collective ethical revolution that is built around national core values, including patriotism, dignity of labor, discipline, and social justice.
It is not for FRSC alone. The clients, the public who are customers of FRSC must also show their willingness to comply with those rules.
The Zonal Commanding Officer, Assistant Corps Marshal Peter Kibo, noted that the retreat is part of FRSC's human capacity building mechanisms targeted at enhancing the performance of the personnel.
We want to tell them the importance of attitude, how you approach, how you interact with your customers is very, very important. It's very significant to the achievement of the goals of federal road safety.
We talk to ourselves on ethics, professionalism, integrity, and so on. So this is just a reminder for us to do even more.
Product of every retreat that we have done in the past is a reflection of what you see in the society about the performance geared towards the vision of FRSC, which is to reduce road traffic crashes on our roads.
The retreat drew participants from units and state commands from Lagos and Ogun State. In Lagos, Adini Itaiwo, NTA News.
We're taking another break. We'll be back soon.
People get their news from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous. Whether you do it for fun or for political gains, real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
Coronavirus is real. Steps to avoid this pandemic. Wash your hands regularly or sanitize your hands. Keep social and physical distancing. Avoid crowded places. Stay at home unless absolutely necessary. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth if your hands are not clean. Avoid the spread of coronavirus. Coronavirus is real.
Now, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, visited the Dutch hospital recently, and we have an update.
And Jewel Ogunaike Street, Ikeja, is this 5-story building, Dutchess International Hospital. The 72-bed multi-specialist healthcare facility, standing as the third largest hospital in Lagos, Nigerians are in to assess the highest standard of healthcare delivery, using the most advanced technology and facility obtainable anywhere in the world. For instance, the cardiology center can handle health surgeries without opening the heart of the patient. Eye care is given the best. ENT, surgical and gynecology wards are all world-class standard. For the laboratories, they are fully automated. Endoscopy, intensive and critical care units are all world-class. While surgical theater is equally fitted with modular and automated facilities, emergencies, ICU for patients and children too are world-class. This section is not a play school, but a section created for children in the hospital. With the state-of-the-art facility, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed came visiting to have a first-hand assessment of how Nigeria is determined to reverse medical tourism out of the country.
Not only is it world-class, but it's also affordable. Number two, with this kind of hospital, we're able to reverse the brain drain. In saying that, you can see that most of the leading lights in this hospital are people who had applied their trades in the UK, in Canada, in the US. And why did they do that before? Because they never had the kind of environment, enabling environment, to come and practice medicine, either in terms of technology or in terms of even remuneration. Thirdly, we are now able also to reverse medical tourism, where against the practice where Nigerians will go abroad for medical treatment, they will now not only Nigerians will stay at home, but other nationals will come to Nigeria.
The Duchess International Hospital is quite a unique hospital, and all I can say is that it was born out really of a passion, a desire to see that Nigerians receive the very best healthcare that they can receive, regardless of where you go in the world. And this is what has informed the decision and the effort that has gone into bringing together the brightest and the best expertise, Nigerians locally and those in the diaspora, bringing together the wide range of expertise, technology, equipment, designing the right governance protocols to ensure that we're able to create a pathway for safe care, and very importantly, to render that affordable, to render that world-class healthcare.
With Nigeria losing a whopping $1.6 billion annually, which represents over 11% of the nation's entire $14 billion health expenditure. This wouldn't have happened without the federal government's support.
More important is that it did not start today. This government, through the NSIA, has also invested in oncology centers in Abuja and in Kano State. And the lawsuit, the University of Lagos, cancer unit has also benefited massively from a $11.5 million investment in it of federal government. So, as a government, we are proud of the synergy between us and the private sector in areas of healthcare. And I'm really honestly, like I said, when I say I'm proud to be a Nigerian, after seeing this hospital, I am really very proud, because I can see that there's nothing I want to go and look for in terms of medical care that is not available in this hospital.
With just 5,000 naira to register and see a doctor, what happens to patients outside Lagos?
We have a robust telemedicine program in which we offer virtual consultation services. We've had patients that do not live in Nigeria. We've had patients outside of Lagos as well. So they can access services, have a consultation with any specialist within house and also external as well. So we set up a virtual consultation as well, then set up proposed possible treatments or therapies that the patient might need. So we have a robust virtual consultation service that deals with outside patients.
Time for Newsline proper. Now, coconut is celebrated like a queen on Salah Day. This is what they call Eid Kwakwa, the Eid of coconut, which is marked twice a year. Aminu Umar visited this community and was part of the celebration.
After 30 days of abstinence from humanly needs, the major preoccupation of Muslims is the 2 rak'ats Eid prayers on Salah Day. They troop to their various prayer grounds to observe the 2 recommended units of prayer. Here in Zawachiki community, there is another attraction, which is what they refer to as Eid Kwakwa, the Eid of coconut. It is an annual fair of coconut, which is displayed and honored like kola nut in the southeast.
People patronize coconut more than anything here. This is why they call this Eid Coconut Eid.
Because of this, sailors are having a good time.
I'm very happy for this day. We appreciate God for this market.
One interesting thing with Eid Kwakwa, that is coconut Eid, is apart from the Eid, suitors also come here to pick husbands and wives. Hassana gives account of a relationship that started from here and transformed into reality, with others also having some revelations.
The man visited his relatives here in Kano, and eventually he came to this Eid ground where he met the girl. I am telling you now, they are happily married with a child, all because of this Eid in Kauka.
Most of people, they even come because they need boyfriends. Some girlfriend, they come because they need boyfriend. Just they are coming because of them.
This Eid ground provides an avenue for suitors to meet and form relationship, which often
Now, coconut has a long list of benefits. And there's something about culture, it unites us more. Indigenes of Otuabula community in Bayelsa State were thrown into confusion following the abduction of their deputy paramount ruler and 2 others by unidentified gunmen. Ibinimi Zitimoloya visited the community and has a situation report.
Latu community in Ogba local government area of Bayelsa State is accessible by river and land. After close to 45 minutes bumpy drive from Azikoro Otueke Road, NTN News crew arrived at the community. The atmosphere was emotionally laden following the adoption of the deputy paramount ruler, Chief Richard Isomo Otia, and 2 others by unidentified gunmen who invaded the community between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. on Saturday and took their victims into a waiting speedboat.
Because of the noise, I opened the door. As I opened the door, I see gun with man. Go inside. Go inside. I drop back. I go inside. Then now came in with 2 persons came in with me. Oga, come down. My husband stand up and come down. Oya, put on clothes. So after they opened the door and wait.
First thing I saw a gun pointing me and my wife. I should lie flat. We now lie flat. Was asking us, where is your money? Now tell me that where is your phone? So I was about to stand up and go and bring the phone to them. They now hit me with the gun that I want to recognize them.
As we saw that boat coming, already the people they wanted to capture have been captured. But we didn't know. We gathered around the paramount ruler and his palace, hoping that he was the target, but they never came that way.
Leadership of the community and relatives of the victims are appealing for the unconditional release of their loved ones.
The lady is my sister. The young man is my brother. The other one is my husband. So as you see me now, I don't know where am I.
Ebinimi Zitimiola, NTN News.
What has happened to our values? Now to a dance competition that's transforming lives. Now, foremost telecommunication company Globacom has produced the latest millionaires at the just concluded Booty Dance Challenge. Lynn Leneke reports that winners also walked away with the latest brand of vehicle.
The Glow Battle of the Year Booty Dance Competition, which started showing on different media platforms in February, including Glow TV, engaged young talents in varying dance steps, bringing unlimited fun and entertainment to homes. After many months of battle showcasing electrifying dance steps, the 619 crew beat other contestants to clinch the grand prize.
We have to stay together like a family to have this achievement, and we are so happy we have this. So I want to say big thank you to Globacom. I want to say big thank you to House of Royalty. We remain 619. 619! 6!
Prizes were presented at the Globacom headquarters in Lagos.
Irrespective of whatever people tell you, just make sure you go for it and don't stop.
So yeah, I feel excited because it's actually not easy. Months of practicing, at least it paid off. So we'll keep working for better things ahead.
I feel very excited winning this, and I'm so happy for glowbar.com for giving us the privilege to participate for this.
Shola Magaji said the competition is targeted at developing the youths and offering unlimited opportunities for them to pursue their passion.
More importantly, even the star prize winner are going home with their bus, the 12-14-seater bus that we have here, and they're going home with it today. But again, in addition to that, they will also be going to Japan, where they will be representing the dance community. So we're very happy about that. We're looking at bigger things to come. Like I said, we hold that close to our chest. But what we would like to encourage people is if you are within that segment, you're on the network, it's going to be great. But if you are not, please hurry up, get our SIM, come on the network. We're going to do bigger and better things.
The Battle of the Year competition is an annual breakdance competition that began in Germany.
Imagine how dance can not just transform lives, but help people live their dreams. 60 years of any venture is no doubt a significant milestone, and for Total Energies EP Nigeria Limited, it was time to roll out the drums to celebrate 60 years of its activities as an oil exploration company in Nigeria. The company can boast of massive investments, job creation, as well as a very cordial community relations with host communities. Amako will capture the glitz and glamour at the event for Newsline, and now she reports.
It all began with a cocktail to kickstart the evening for relaxation and exchange of pleasantries. There was an exhibition showcasing the Total Energies EP Nigeria Limited impactful story and successful 6 decades of oil exploration in Nigeria. Geological samples from various exploration sites were also on display. For Managing Director Total Energies EP Nigeria Limited, Mike Songstar, it's been 60 years of remarkable achievement as the company has enjoyed tremendous support from Nigeria and is continually taking steps in reducing carbon footprints in the country.
We changed our company name from Total to Total Energies, and that's not just a change of name, that really represents a transformation of the company. So we want to develop more and more in renewables, into electricity. And if you look at what the company's doing on a global basis, you can see the way that we're investing in solar power and wind power all over the world. And I think the next objective for us is to do the same transformation in Nigeria.
We see ourselves continue to provide clean, affordable energy to Nigerian people and to the society as a whole. Not only in the upstream, which is the exploration production, but also in what we call the mid and the downstream, which is the retail arm as well.
Goodwill messages came from representative of Minister of Petroleum Resources and other partners, including Executive Secretary, Nigerian Content and Development Board, were all indications of the giant strides achieved by the company.
Total is one company that has invested in Nigeria in the good times and the bad times.
And through the process, we have seen Total grow from strength to strength. And within the past 10 years, Total has been the only IOC that have massively invested in this country. As at the last count, almost $30 billion within the last 8 years have come into this country as a result of Total's activities.
The rich cultural heritage of the Niger Delta people, Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba dances thrilled audience.
Somebody who joined the company and said they will not spend 10 years found himself spending 30 years. Then you can take your deductions.
With lots to eat and drink, a toast was proposed to the continuity and success of Total Energies EP Nigeria Limited. Total Energies EP Nigeria Limited is recognized as the only international oil company present in the entire oil and gas value chain, and it has over 1,166 Nigerian workforce.
Well done, Total. Very good. Now, the next story is not so good. Striving towards a better livelihood cuts across every strata of the society, with many venturing into diverse activities just for a better life. Tayo Osho tells us a story of a young woman from Ekiti State who fell victim of human trafficking, having been lured with the prospect of improving her family's fortune.
Meet Bolade, not real name. She is 40 years old, a petty trader and mother of 4. Bolade's ordeal began when the alleged trafficker, a lady who hails from the same town with her husband, proposed to take either of them to Libya for a better life. She
showed us pictures of a beautiful shop where she will work as a shopkeeper with the promise of a good pay.
But what Bolade went through was horrendous. She said 80 of them were trafficked at a time from Kano through the desert to Libya. She alleged that one of them died, while many were raped on the 2-week ride through the harsh weather condition in the desert.
I worked like a slave, cleaning fronts from morning till well in the night. Feeding was poor and unhealthy, and no remuneration at all. I came back empty-handed.
Bolade says she labored hard in Libya for 5 months before help came through the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP. The Ekiti State Office of NAPTIP, which opened few months ago, says that many villages in the state are infested with traffickers who are daily going about luring poor households for non-existent jobs abroad.
Anytime you see somebody approaching you that, oh, there is a job outside Nigeria that will be earning a very huge amount of money, that even though you don't even have money, they have to facilitate the traveling, and at the end of the day, you are going to repay them. Brothers and sisters, is a very big lie. Those things is not even in the free town, and there is no free meal.
Parents should also have more time for their children. They should know the kind of friends their children keep. They should know the places they go to. They should know the kind of movie or whatever thing, internet and all that. From there, I think it can reduce.
Though Bolade says she's happy to return to her husband and 4 children, she regrets having spent over 400,000 naira on a voyage that led to mental torture and near loss of life. In Ado-Ekiti, Tayo Osho, NTN.
Human trafficking is one evil we need to flush out of our society. And please don't let anybody deceive you. The grass always same looks better until you get there and face the harsh reality. Now, it's an act that every religion and culture condemns. The next story we're taking, and in strong terms. As serious as it is, people have continued to engage in it for whatever reasons. Wondering what it's all about? Wait for it. Bestiality. Annie Daniels took up some Nigerians on this rising and unhealthy act and why it has persisted. Are those that engage in it aware of the health implications and the fact that it has legal consequences? Annie, tell us more.
Garden of Eden, God created the man and woman to complement each other for companionship and procreation. This seems not to be the same to some people who have chosen to engage in bestiality, humans having sexual intercourse with animals.
That's an abominable act, both by law, before God, and every well-meaning human being. For someone to come out openly to say that he did it, her head should be examined.
Is it development? What do we call it? Is it socialism?
It could be a combination of money and madness, but majorly I think money.
The Bible called them reprobate minds, and I think it's a creation of mental health or emotional problems or psychological problems, and it's a medical condition as far as I'm concerned.
And Nabi said, anybody that goes or falls that have contact like that with any animal, beast, kill the person, execute the person.
Indeed, it's absurd. Are there health implications, and what does the Nigerian Constitution say about bestiality?
For instance, Section 214 of the Criminal Code prescribes 14 years imprisonment to whoever is found guilty.
Obviously, I'm sure there will be ways for you. You can get diseases, you can get scabies, which dogs have, and you can get rabies, which dogs have as well.
Okay, one last word from those that know.
Happy, find out what is going on, why you need to do this, the kind of support that is missing, the kind of support you need to forge ahead, and then it's a going concern, and so you have to do everything within your power to help and assist.
We make sure that the right Christian principles and precepts are communicated not only in our sermons, in our meetings, in our deliberations, and I think the church should do more than they are doing.
We as human beings should be like pencil. A pencil writes on every terrain, no matter whether the surface is smooth, whether it's on white, whether it's black, brown. A pencil is supposed to write. And for a good pencil to write very well, sometimes it requires good painful sharpening. So whatever we are going through now will not make a human being, a child of God, to do otherwise, to go and sleep with an animal.
Need I say more?
Bestiality is evil. The health implication is even so complicated that people die. And don't forget, why dehumanize yourself when God has lifted you? Okay, so we'll now go to sex education. After the reports we showed on Chrisland school scandal, people, particularly parents, expressed concern and fear that the younger generation might invite the wrath of God if nothing is done to abate the trend. Now, what should be done by who and at what stage? Annie Daniels will tell us.
Although the Chrisland school sex scandal wasn't the first to be heard or seen on both the social and traditional media, it however attracted so much attention because of the age of the students involved, 10 years old. In preferring solution to the immoral act, a parent suggested to me that children should be exposed to sex education.
If sex education is not given by the right person, then the message will be passed wrongly.
So I ask, who should spearhead it and at what age or stage in life?
The parents will be able to explain deeply the pros and the cons of everything, and at the end of the day, it will be like when they are hearing it outside, my dad did not say this, my mom did not say this.
Those are fast and pastor, they should advise their children.
To some of my respondents, sex education should not be an option at all, whether at home or in school.
That is well corrupt. I can't say it is a sin. It is a sin. When you are doing that, you encourage them to go and do more. You encourage them to, we are holy.
It's all about character formation. If the character of the child is formed at the proper age and the child grows up with it, you find that even if he or herself find himself or herself in a company of opposite sex, of course, when you want to, there's something they call the greeting should not go beyond the elbow. When in greeting an opposite sex, they start engaging in hugging, in kissing, and in pecking, a well-raised child will say no to it.
There are quick answers to that.
What is not good about it? Number one, it exposes you to disease. Number two, it affects your mind that you are not able to have rational thinking. Number three, you've begun to do things that will distract you from your education. Number four, it is spiritually wrong. You attract demonic activities. Sex attracts a lot of demonic activity that affect people almost immediately or in the future.
In the past, when we were young, it is part of moral instruction in the school. But today, they have removed moral instruction. The removal of moral instruction, part of the outcome, is what we are seeing today.
For these teenagers, sex education has tamed them, thanks to their parents.
How you get start menstruation, menstrual cycle, that if any guy touch you or any guy have sex with you, you get pregnant and all that.
So like my friend, because of 1,000 naira, she has to sleep with the guy because of 1,000 naira, and which is not right.
With divergent views from my respondents, it is glaring the government and all concerned authorities have work to do to right the wrongs. I'm sure Jennifer will agree with me.
Annie, I so agree with you. And parents make this mistake. They think sometimes that children are too young to hear about sex education. No, sit them down and tell them. If not, they might hear from outside and end up doing some things you might not be proud of. Okay? We'll take a break now.
Days, people gather news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous. Whether you do it for fun or for political gains, real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
Coronavirus is real. Steps to avoid this pandemic. Wash your hands regularly or sanitize your hands. Keep social and physical distancing. Avoid crowded places. Stay at home unless absolutely necessary. Don't touch your eyes, nose or mouth if your hands are not clean. Avoid the spread of coronavirus. Coronavirus is real.
Welcome back. Now we start this segment with the brand Erisco Food. In their usual magnanimity and benevolence, the management of Erisco Food Limited has extended its milk of kindness to the Nigerian military in various peacekeeping operations across the country. The company donated to them food items valued at over 200 million naira. Erisco Foods Limited is also at the vanguard of promoting made in Nigeria goods. Yes, they do. Now, Managing Director, Erisco Foods Limited, Nnamdi Umofia, made this known during an environmental study tour of the renowned company by the Army War College, Nigeria, Course 6/2022. Amakowo has details.
Erisco Foods Limited has a memorandum of understanding with the Nigerian Defense and Research Bureau in 2018 for the production and supply of meals ready to eat during military operations. Riding on the agreement, the Army visited Erisco Foods Limited, Lagos. The leadership of the company was on ground to receive the officers of the Nigerian Army from the War College Nigeria Course 622. The officers had a tour of the various sections of the new state-of-the-art technology for processing fresh and dried tomatoes into tomato paste of various sizes in both sachet and tins. Manufacturers of Erisco, Najiko and Rick Chico brands of tomato paste and other food products like the 3-in-1 Gary mix say the installed production facility has a capacity of 450,000 metric tons per annum, making it the largest tomato paste manufacturing factory in Nigeria.
So with the amount of investment that we've actually sunk into the ground of Nigerian soil, we're expecting that we're able to reap back the investment that we've sowed. That if we get that support, more investments will be sunk into Nigerian soil, more unemployment will be reduced. So the ripple effect is actually tremendous.
Chief Executive Officer Erisco Foods Limited says he has supported federal government's initiative of promoting the consumption of made-in-Nigeria products for the transformation of the nation's economy. He is soliciting more support of relevant agencies to boost tomato production from current 15% to 85% and clamp down on importation of tomato paste into the country.
We are calling on Nigerians to change today to patronize made in Nigeria, because if we continue to have taste for foreign goods, economy will continue to go down, continue to complain unnecessarily, and everybody will not. It's not good for everybody. So my target is, before the next 5 years, no single tomato will be imported from anywhere in the world to this Nigeria.
Erisco Foods Limited has presence in 36 states of the country and some African nations. It is known for its high-quality products certified by NAFDAC and has continued to impact the lives of Nigerians.
Very impressive, and initiatives like this should continue. We'll take another break. We'll be back.
People gather news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous. Whether you do it for fun or for political gains, real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
Coronavirus is real. Steps to avoid this pandemic. Wash your hands regularly or sanitize your hands. Keep social and physical distancing. Avoid crowded places. Stay at home unless absolutely necessary. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth if your hands are not clean. Avoid the spread of coronavirus. Coronavirus is real.
Welcome back, and now to love stories. It was a convergence of relations and well-wishers, particularly the political and business class in Benin Kebbi, the capital of Kebbi State, when the chairman, Federal Road Safety Commission, Buhari Bello, gave out his daughter, Hafsat, to a heartthrob, Harun Abagana, for them to become the newest couple in town. Ibrahim Dan Hamidu takes it from here.
That prayer is what in Islamic injunction made Harun Abagana and Hafsa Buhari Bello to become husband and wife, meaning that they are now for each other, not minding the circumstance they might find themselves. It was preceded by the payment of 500,000 naira as dowry, which is a prerequisite in any Islamic marriage. Abdullahi Abagana, the father of the groom, represented the groom in seeking for the bride's marriage from her father, Barrister Buhari Bello, in the presence of families, friends, relations, and well-wishers who traveled from far and near to be part of the epoch-making event. Soon after the solemnization, the young couple hosted friends, relations, and well-wishers to a befitting reception with much to savor amidst musical entertainment. Apparently, mindful of the huge task ahead for the young couple, some of those in attendance have these as advice to them.
The most important thing in marriage is patience.
I wish them well. I wish them blissful marital life. The parents have shown how a marriage should be. And also we have also witnessed it, and also we are married and we have years of marriage. So we wish them and happy married life, and they should be more patient and tolerant with one another, so that they too, years to come, say in the next 22 years, they can also give out their children in marriage. Congratulations to the new couple.
And we wish the couple long life, prosperity.
I hope and pray that everybody will go home back safe.
To both parents of the groom and bride, words alone are not enough to express how happy they are.
And I'm delighted, and we are praying that they have a successful marriage, and of course love. Yeah.
Well, I wish them a very, very successful marital bliss, and I will enjoin them to be patient with each other, and also to understand that marriage, the institution of marriage, is a very old institution which demands respect from both sides, mutual respect.
Congratulations to the lovely couple. Now, Chairman, Senate Committee on Finance, National Assembly, and bona fide son of Yewa land, Senator Olamilekan Adeola Yayi, made history over the weekend when Olu of Ilaro and paramount ruler of Yewa land, Oba Kehinde Olugbenle, conferred on him the title of Aremo of Yewa land in appreciation of his unique contribution to the development of Yewa land. Tokwe Alabi, who captured the mood of the colorful event, reports that the installation was part of activities to mark the 10th coronation anniversary of the monarch.
For identifying with his root as a true son of Yewa land from Onibata Compound in Bayi, Ilaro, Senator Olamilekan Adeola Yayi, whose good leadership and generosity endeared him to the traditional rulers and stakeholders in Ogun West, was among other prominent indigents of Yewa land recognized for the chieftaincy titles. Overwhelmed by the turnout, Senator Olamilekan Adeola Yayi was thereafter installed as Aremo and his wife Temitope as Yiyaremo of Yewa land as part of activities marking the 10th coronation anniversary of Olu of Ilaro, Oba Kehinde Olugbenle.
So far so good. The last 10 years has been a very, very worthy one. All the visions we have been able to put together, especially in building up our unity, things are getting better.
He has brought so much joy to Yewa land since 10 years ago when he became the Olu of Ilaro.
I've known the current Olu as a fantastic person, and I'm not surprised the kind of development he has brought about in Yewa land.
The colorful event attracted dignitaries from far and near, including Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, who rejoiced with the new Aremo and assured the people of Yewa Arori land of more of developmental projects in the area.
Remains key to the development of Ogun State and continues to be forefront of the socio-economic agenda of this administration.
The Director General, NTA, Malam Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, represented, also congratulated Senator Yayi for the new feat achieved.
It's a good thing, and I believe that is also a recognition of all his efforts that his home state decided to confer him with this title.
You should work hard and know that a day like this will come. Our expectation is that by the grace of God, they will continue to do what they have been doing before.
I'm very, very happy. This is part of Olugbenle's achievement.
He tried to call every of the citizens wherever you are, and this will encourage a lot more of them to come back home to their roots.
For Aremo of Yewa land and Chairman Senate Committee on Finance, National Assembly, Senator Olamilekan Adeola Yayi, the new chieftaincy title is a call to service.
And a call to duty to serve the good people of Yewa land as the Aremo Oba, the first son of all the over 60-something Obas of Yewa land. So I cannot ask for more, but the opportunity to serve my people at various levels and at various capacities.
Then the attention shifted to the premises of the Federal Polytechnic Ilaro for a book presentation on the autobiography of Olu of Ilaro and paramount ruler of Yewa land, Oba Kehinde Olugbenle.
Congratulations to the monarch and the people. Federal lawmaker for Biu, Kwaya, Busara, Bayo and Shani in southern Borno, Mukhtar Betara Aliu has formally received APC expression of interest and nomination forms to recontest in the 2023 election. The forms were purchased by Pishbao people in his constituency. About 127 million naira was raised as donations for that purpose, with thousands of people in attendance at the presentation ceremony. Among them, 7 other federal lawmakers. Yagumsu Bukar will now tell us more about the historic event held in Biu Town.
Without compulsion, the people of 4 local council areas that have benefited from quality representation from federal legislator Mukhtar Betra Aliu donated funds for the purchase of 10 million naira forms. The young and old, farmers, laborers, civil servants, widows and the business community all made contributions amounting to over 100 million naira for cause of their lawmaker, providing purposeful representation for the 4th consecutive time. Among the thousands who gathered to witness the presentation of the forms in front of Emir of Biu's palace were 7 members of the National Assembly, people of the constituency from the hinterland and in diaspora.
For people to come out in that numbers, and we were looking for just 10 million naira to buy a form. At the end of the day, we received about 120-something million.
We have never seen, all right, in our life, that kind of huge number of projects that covered all the local governments. All the people were just on their marks and even set to do something, for this gentleman.
He's a true Nigerian, detribalized. I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes, with the wealth of experience that he has and the capacity, if he becomes, he will make a good speaker of the 10th National Assembly in 2023.
The atmosphere was charged with demonstration of support, love and trust by the people in their worthy lawmaker, showcasing their willingness to give him back for transforming their communities and lives. The federal lawmaker, who is the chairman committee on appropriation, was overjoyed with showers of blessings, respect and honor from his people.
I'm surprised. When I went to the media to check, I saw somebody giving out 20 naira, 30 naira, 40 naira, 15 naira, where they contributed 100 and something million to procure form for me. So I was shocked. So when I came in from Saudi, they said, okay, they invited me home to come and collect the forms.
He promised to continue with the good work of providing quality representation, an opportunity given to him by Almighty God to serve humanity.
I don't need the funds for any of my campaigns now. They should put it there, and they should make sure that anybody that doesn't have monies to pay for his medicals in the hospitals or anything, they should be easy to pay. School fees for non-privileged people, they should be easy to pay.
Prelude to the presentation of the forms, people of Biu, led by various youth groups, organized a solidarity walk for Betara as a mark of gratitude to their lawmaker.
No better. Children are special gifts to parents and the society in general. Hence, the need for all and sundry to contribute towards ensuring their proper upbringing to avoid delinquencies that are becoming threats to the future of the society. In this report, Zainab Abola examines the causes of delinquency among children. Are parents doing enough? How much of freedom should they give to their children? Let's hear from Zainab.
With society and environment contributing to morals of children, the issue of upbringing cannot be overemphasized. In time past, corporal punishment was part of discipline in Nigeria and Africa, as sparing the rod spoils the child. To an extent, it helps in guiding children's behavior. Recently, parents and guidance do not employ corporal punishment or other forms of punishment, as they do not possess the prerequisite to guide the children and bring out the best in them.
Most of parents, they just show I don't care attitude, and they shoulder the responsibility to the mother. You know, the mother cannot be, the mentors cannot be the one to take care of the child without the support of the father.
If you take your child, what you say to him, in fact, don't even shout, because if you shout, it scares them, it makes them withdraw. Because the way you talk to them and bring them close to you, the gap is broken. So tell me, if your own child is afraid of you, what do you think you are doing to the child? Will he be a better member of the family itself? Talk less of the society outside.
Many children are denied some or part of their rights. This results to tendencies to commit crimes. Far from having equipped parents with the needed provision that makes good parents, technology is posing more challenge as illiteracy stands as a bane to upbringing.
The problems we are facing today, it is actually a family problem. Once the family is broken, there is tendency of things falling apart. People will just go and be committed. You give birth to 10 children and you cannot cater for them, and they have to eat.
Parents, we are supposed to ensure that our children are morally sound by inculcating in them cultural value and then religious value. The Bible made me to understand that children are gifts from God. And if they are gifts from God, God desires that we should train them well. They should not create problem in the society that we are.
While loving, caring and showing affection towards children is important, rebuking them to set them right will bring out the best in them, thereby make the society better.
Now, when children and parents have good relationship, delinquency will be far away. So parents, create time for your children. Now to politics. Democracy has come to stay in Nigeria, so politics is therefore a part of the country's life. What may be intriguing is the fact that some schools of thought with strong religious leanings view politics as not for the religiously inclined. Elections are forthcoming, and there are concerns that only the so-called dirty players will take to the field of politics. Correspondent Kelvin Samuel interacted with adherents of the major faith and on religion and politics.
When it involves politics, it can be different ball game altogether with different shades of opinions to buttress their thoughts. It is a tall or different stroke for different folks, as many feel they have no reason getting involved either as a voter or to be voted for, with the claim that the holy books hold different perspectives.
There is nothing stopping a Christian from being involved in politics.
The Bible did recognize that we can set kings.
Islam as a whole encourages us to participate fully in the processes of electing or selection of our leaders.
According to clerics, a true Muslim or Christian cannot allow his or herself to be corrupted, but we always seek to do the will of God for the good of mankind. The people maintain that the effort of government in repositioning the electoral system to ensure that the choice of the people prevails will be in vain if the good people stay away and allow the system to be hijacked by those without the interests of the people at heart.
And if these new laws are in place and nobody can rig election, then politicians will have respect for our opinion. And some of the people who are in offices will never make it. Because if we all go out and vote for the right people, then things will change.
Quality leadership will bring about progress and prosperity within the society.
can't just sit back and all we do is complain that things are not working. It has to be people who can make things work that must be involved, such that things must work.
Having made it clear that the Bible and Quran have nothing against politics, Nigerians in Uyo are therefore appealing to the electorate to avail themselves of the ongoing voter registration by INEC and equip themselves to be part of the decision-making process come 2023 general elections. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel.
Now to celebration of life. Izombe community in Oguta local government area of Imo State came alive as personalities from far and near converged to pay their last respect to late Ezinne Eucharia Dibiagu as she was laid to rest. Beatrice Anyem, who covered the ceremony, brings us details.
It was a carnival of sorts as family members, friends, political and business associates gathered at Izombe in Oguta local government area of Imo State to celebrate the life and times of late Ezinne Eucharia Dibiagu, who they described as a bridge builder and one that impacted positively on lives of members of the community. In recognition of her contributions while alive, her remains were accorded reception at the palace of the traditional ruler of the community, Eze Pius Muforo. Her body was later conveyed to the Holy Family Catholic Parish Izombe for a requiem mass, presided over by the Catholic Archbishop of Warri Catholic Archdiocese, His Grace Anthony Obinna. The remains of the late matriarch was later laid to rest at her husband's compound. Children of the deceased, among whom is Prince Eugene Dibiago, described their mother as one who left nothing to chance in their upbringing.
A mom that sacrificed the whole of her life in order to ensure that her children become reasonable human beings in life.
She was my best friend. Everything we did together and my success, she was behind it.
My mother is a very good woman.
It's a mom that everybody needs to have such a person like that.
For the Imo State Governor Hope Uzodimma and other family members, Mama's legacies will remain indelible in the sands of time.
The loss of a mother is a very serious injury to any man or woman. We pray that God will give them the fortitude to bear the loss.
She was an excellent woman, a mom, more than a mom to me and my children, and we will miss her so much.
She was so good, kind-hearted.
She's very nice to us as her grandchildren.
I ask them to take solace in the Lord.
Late Ezinne Eucharia Dibiago died at the age of 91.
Celebration of life indeed. May her dear soul rest in peace. This is where we'll end this episode of Newsline, and I have to apologize that we are having a little technical challenge. If you notice, we didn't do add some of the flavors with our jingles and montage, and we apologize, and we'll do better next week. Thank you for being a part of it. We really appreciate and hope that you keep a date with us next week. But before we go, we also want to remind you that the fastest and easiest way to becoming a star is to connect with the NTA to stand against rape and rapists. Thank you again. I am Jennifer Igwe. Good night and God bless Nigeria.
Southeast region and how to restore peace to the troubled region. The visit is part of further consultation with critical stakeholders on how to find a lasting solution to the insecurity in the Southeast region and how to restore peace to the troubled region. The government noted that Nnamdi Kano expressed sadness over what is described as sacrilegious killings of innocent persons, kidnappings, and all forms of criminalities, including the brutal enforcement of the sit-at-home perpetuated by sundry groups claiming to be acting for or on behalf of IPOB. The government also noted that Nnamdi Kano gave assurance that if the opportunity arises, he will be glad to broadcast to his followers to always maintain peace. In Oka, Ndam Kalo, NTN News.
For the Nigerian government,